Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris with me, Alfapiomega, and the Star Trek New Horizons mod, where we are playing the United Federation of Planets. So the Betazoid houses have finished their integration into the Federation. And now the Betazoid is down here. Beta Valadona. I am not entirely sure. Yes, that's the Betazoid. So, welcome the Betazoid people into the United Federation of Planets. Thousands of delegates from across the Betazoid houses have gathered in the Great Council Hall on Earth to formally sign the Ascension Treaty, welcoming a Betazoid into the Federation. Coordinator Bio Namin stands side by side with Prime Minister André Dubois and the leaders of the other member worlds as billions of individuals watch the historic event in public places and homes across the Federation. So Betazoid has now become one of our member worlds, and we can welcome them to Earth. So let's sponsor their settlement on a colony world. I'm not entirely sure where they will settle, but let's check it out. Betazoid. And where the hell are you? Can we see? Oh, come on. Please don't tell me you won't tell me. Oh boy. So not Earth, not Mars, not Gaia. Well, I guess, is there like well, no, we don't have any other way how to see this than we already had, right? This is the population screen. And it's not telling me. Okay, well, we'll have to figure out where they settled. But still, I'm happy that we have them. And the next ones that will be assimilated into the Federation will be the Nobulans, I think, are they called? Yes, no, Antarian Associated Sons. Wait, that's not them, is it? Oh no, because that's Antares. Here, Delta Tricati, Del, no, that's Delta Union. Okay, the Nobulans was that one province either here in Delta Pavonis. No, that's Benzar, but they were here somewhere. Not Vega. Well, anyway, we have them here somewhere. Apologies for the confusion. Okay, we now have increased mineral and energy storage, which is great. And what can we get? The holographic training center is interesting. But I'm thinking molecular phase inverter, shield penetration, and armor damage. Those are probably the best ones. Not to mention that we got this one as an X generation thing to research. Now the biolab will be done soon, and we're gonna get the solid state afterburner and next stage thruster 2. Okay, the negative balance I can deal with. We settled a new colony, and the question is where. I think it's Alioth, right? No? Okay, that's not it. So it's the Mu Cassiopeia. Here. Okay, Mu Cassiopeia is not a very habitable world. It's actually a really awful world, but I'll let it for you to get the population growth here. I'm gonna also create a sector here, and there's nothing I can join you to, unfortunately. So that's a bit of an issue. Let's create... oh. Okay, that's not exactly good. That's the last sector that we can get. But I already know what kind of special ascension perk we're gonna get, and I think you guys will agree that that's the best one. It's the ascension perk. Where is it? Here. Imperial Prerogative that increases our core systems by 5. And as we have 8 sectors, I believe that some of these added to us will give us a huge amount of extra production and everything. Minerals and 1 for prosperity. I'm not interested in that. It's our prosperity. So, how far are you Okay, you're just moving to Menpa, so that last project will be finished soon. And we still have that outstanding project of the gigantic skeletons. Where are you? Mizar, down here. The problem is we don't really have skilled enough researchers. We need a level 3. You're a level 1. I'm building a cruiser for the 4th fleet so it can penetrate into the Maxia Zeta system. I don't want to send them in like this. They have 1,000 in strength, but it doesn't seem like they're strong enough. And here, oh, you already replenished, or you're here to replenish. So the cruiser will be added to the 3rd fleet, and now it has 887 in strength. Good. Trade duration expired of the Suliban Cabal, really? I found that the Sulibans were pretty hostile to me. Okay, well that's not that. Exile. Haven. No, they actually kinda like me. They're xenophobic, but they trust me and we have mutual rivals. So let's see if they'd be okay for that. Okay, they would. And I believe... Okay, they wouldn't give me a monthly situation, monthly addition, but they can give me quite a lot of minerals right now. So let's sign this. Good, migration treaty proposal, that doesn't bother us. This has been signed. We got construction finished at Starbase 1. Okay, so we have the dry dock. I'm not entirely sure what it's gonna do, really. But hey, what the hell do I know? Enter orbit. And we finished the last colony, which is Alot, which is actually really great colony for the Vulcans. Why the hell would you go there? Go here and build me the basic frontier clinic, which will give you a bit more research. Now, Alot is good, but it has to be added to the Kuch sector. We just can't have it like this. So where's the Kuch sector? Manage the sector and you will add Alot, which fixes it, but it also told me that there was a huge insufficiency in one of the sectors. No, it seems like they are all doing okay. Actually, you don't have Mukasiopea, so let's give you a bit of energy and some minerals. We can do that. So yeah, the Federation is increasing in size and strength, as you can see. I've been eyeing the Borg a bit, but they haven't been expanding right now. There's a huge Raktari Third Imperium and Agrat Commonwealth, also Nimberite Alliance. We don't have any extra strong neighbors except for the Ferengi, the Tolians. The Cardassian Union is also big. I'm wondering if there will be a Bajoran Cardassian war.
Technology discovered.
As that's one of the main points in the game. Well, it would be one of the main points in the game, and it's one of the main points or plots of the DS9 Deep Space Nine series. Hey, Mars terraforming! Let's get it on the roll. That's something I wanted to get for a long time, because Mars will
Construction complete.
greatly benefit from that. And let's upgrade all these buildings. Is this really all the laboratories that we have? I find that hard to believe. Well, we do have the Frontier Clinic everywhere. You guys have the memorial. Let's build the physics labs here. By the way, here's the transport hub, which is one of the buildings that we researched recently. Terranova is working on that. I want to have a monument and a prosperity building on each of the planets because, generally speaking, it gives us a lot of benefits. So we haven't finished this yet, have we? No. I wanted to build another cruiser for the 4th fleet. They just got one cruiser. So let's build a destroyer and a frigate instead. Where is the closest shipyard? Starbase 1. Oh, Zeta Hercules. So let's build it here. A destroyer and a patrol frigate. And I'll send them to Beta Kamai. How far are we from the Ascension perk? 1800 points. It's not really that far, so I should start thinking about which sectors I'm gonna get back to me. There are some that are more valuable than others. For example, the Kuch sector has 5 planets and 35 people on them. Same with Tonj sector and the Eridani Prime. So I'll have to check each one of them and decide which are good. Oh, high energy impulse thrusters. Let's see. This is the breakthrough in impulse thrusters. High energy impulse thrusters or low temperature. High energy. By selecting the specialization, we order our scientists to focus their energies to develop thrusters and engines that produce the maximum amount of possible acceleration at the expense of everything else. This eventually allows the development of powerful and advanced afterburners that can provide a significant boost to combat speeds. The results are some of the fastest ships in the fleet. Your ships could close the distance to enemy quite quickly, however they will not be as nimble. Or low temperature. Sacrificing speed for the sake of lower emission signature and power consumption. This path of thrusters allows ships a decent speed while being able to evade enemy sensors. Eventually this allows a better Bussard ramjets that can increase sublight speeds outside of combat. Ships equipped with these engines would be more expensive and slower, but they will enjoy slightly higher evasion due to their smaller energy signatures. Actually, I think low temperature thrusters are the way to go. Stealth thrusters and Zenite, habitability plus 5%. Let's get the minefield. I'm trying to clear out the cheap technologies that we had neglected because a lot of the people we are signing treaties with, the research treaties, have more technologies than we do, yet they seem to be a bit backwards compared to us. I think it might be they were simply not getting the right technologies. We're getting the more expensive ones while they're getting the cheapest ones. We captured the Snirren! Snirrens are large, burrowing creatures that live beneath the dunes of the vast equatorial desert on Menpa 2. When these predators sense movement in the sand above, they immediately raise dozens of tall spikes from their backs in the hope of impaling something edible. Finding a suitable specimen proved difficult at first until hundreds of tracked remote-controlled drones were dispatched across the desert in random directions. This led to the discovery and procurement of an unusually large specimen that had grown more than 100 spikes on its back. And we got all these specimens. Oh, this is good. All the specimens asked by the Museum of Exobiology have been secured. The museum has grown to a massive facility where artificial gravity generators and atmospheric processors are used to simulate the environment of a dozen worlds. Visitors are journeying from all across the United Federation of Planets to see the wonders. So 500 energy, 500 research, 40 influence, and 827 unity.
Complete.
Which puts us almost at the point where we can get what we need. So Earth has finished constructing something. I'm not sure what it was. Okay, now is the time to get USS Einstein back. If I send you here... Okay, it's looking like it can get there, and I'm gonna send it to Mizar. to research the projects in the system. I wonder how it's gonna go. Okay, it's avoiding that space. So let's hope they can get back in time. And okay, the Dominion made peace with the Karaman Foundation. Where the hell is the Dominion? Okay, the Dominion is over there. And Karaman Union...
complete.
Oh, okay, they kinda gotten beaten.
Technology discovered.
New Eden finished its construction of the monument, so I'm happy about that. And we finished the research of the molecular phase inverter and sonic disruption field. So that is good. Now what can we get next? Optical secondary computer core. By erecting a system of ODN relays across the ship, it is possible to connect this remote secondary computer core to the main mainframe with almost zero loss due to lag and with a significantly increased computational power. This greatly benefits the ship during combat, increasing its accuracy. So let's get that one. We also researched a couple of technologies, namely the veteran array, which was researched right before I started recording. And that is what we're gonna focus on at the end of this episode. Now we are gonna tear down the heroic landmark here and replace it with what is known as the veteran array. It's actually very expensive and produces a bit of terraforming resource, I would say. And once it's done, it will start making Mars more like Earth. Now everyone is already happy there pretty much, but we're gonna change it towards a second Earth, if I may so claim. So, let's see, how fast are you going to build that? No, it's not a planetary dock. Okay, I have to click on it like that. It's gonna take another, say, 5 months, and then it's gonna start. I know there's a chain of events that will be started once we get it, so I'm looking forward to that. And we have an orbital research mandate going. So the USS Einstein is gonna investigate the giant skeleton over there if it can get back. It's probably
Construction complete.
the first ship that's strayed that far away from Earth. And we built something on Atlantis. Interesting. I'll have to figure out what to do with you. Oh, I think you can build the archaeology, can't you?
Complete.
There's a transport hub. Yeah, here's the high-rise complex, so you're gonna get that. Borders opened by debris. Gaia has finished a construction as well. Atlantis has finished construction, and USS Sagan has been fixed. I can't really upgrade you yet. But the fleet here has been resupplied several times, and I'm building
Initiating
another
communications.
one. Oh, did you guys already join? There should be a fleet on their way here. Yes, it is there. Okay. So let's unite them. And the 4th fleet now has 1.3 thousand in strength, which should be enough to get this system under control. So you are going to go there, and so are you. Can you get there? I think you can. Cool. So I'll see you folks in the next episode, and I'll probably start at one when we get... Yeah, it's gonna be 2 months, and we'll get Above and Beyond Land Clearance Planetary Act.